The question of whether women gossip more than men is a topic that has sparked debate and generated stereotypes throughout history. It's a subject that many may have opinions on, often influenced by cultural narratives and personal experiences. Today, we will delve into this intriguing topic, exploring different perspectives and the underlying reasons behind the assumptions we hold. First, let's define what we mean by gossip. Gossip can be seen as informal conversation about people who are not present, often involving sharing personal information or opinions. It can serve various functions, from building social bonds to providing entertainment. Understanding this definition is crucial as we examine the behaviors attributed to both women and men. Historically, women have often been portrayed as the primary gossipers, a stereotype that has roots in a time when women's roles in society were largely confined to the domestic sphere. In many cultures, women were expected to engage in conversations that revolved around family, relationships, and community affairs. This expectation may have contributed to the perception that women engage in gossip more than men. However, it is essential to recognize that gossip is not inherently negative. It can play a role in social bonding and maintaining relationships. Women may engage in gossip as a way to connect with others, share experiences, and support one another. This communal aspect of gossip can be particularly important in the context of women's historical roles, where they have often relied on each other for social support. On the flip side, men have also been known to engage in gossip, though it may manifest differently. Research suggests that while men might not gossip about personal matters as openly as women, they do participate in discussions about others, particularly in competitive environments such as the workplace or sports. The nature of male gossip might focus more on achievements, status, and competition, which are often framed within broader social dynamics. One reason women might be perceived as gossiping more could be attributed to communication styles. Studies show that women typically engage in more relational communication, which emphasizes emotional connection and understanding. This style might lead to discussions that some label as gossip, especially when it involves sharing personal stories or discussing the lives of others. Meanwhile, men often adopt a more transactional communication style, focusing on information transfer rather than emotional expression. Moreover, societal expectations play a crucial role in shaping these perceptions. Women may face greater scrutiny when they engage in gossip, leading to the stereotype that they gossip more than men. This double standard can create a cycle where women's conversations are labeled as gossip, while men's discussions may be viewed as strategic networking or bonding. It's also worth considering the impact of social media on the dynamics of gossip. The rise of platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram has transformed how we communicate and share information. Women and men alike use these platforms to share news, updates, and opinions, often blurring the lines between gossip and information sharing. This evolution raises questions about whether the traditional stereotypes still hold true in a digital age. Another angle to explore is the psychological aspect of gossip. Research indicates that gossip can fulfill certain psychological needs, such as the need for social connection and the desire to understand social hierarchies. For women, sharing information about others can enhance relationships and create a sense of community. Men, too, may use gossip as a tool to navigate social dynamics, albeit in different contexts. To further understand the complexities of this topic, we must acknowledge the diversity of experiences among women and men. Not all women engage in gossip, just as not all men refrain from it. Individual personality traits, cultural backgrounds, and life experiences play significant roles in shaping how people communicate and interact. It's important to challenge the notion that gossip is exclusively a female trait. By doing so, we can foster a more nuanced understanding of human behavior. For instance, some studies suggest that people across gender lines gossip about similar topics, primarily focusing on social relationships and community dynamics. This shared experience highlights that gossip, in its various forms, is a human behavior rather than a gendered one. As we contemplate these perspectives, it's essential to ask ourselves, what role does gossip play in our lives? Do we view it through a lens of judgment, Or can we see it as a means of connection and understanding? How do our personal experiences align with the stereotypes we encounter? Engaging with these questions invites a deeper reflection on our own behaviors and attitudes. It encourages both women and men to consider how they communicate and interact with others, breaking down the barriers imposed by societal expectations. In conclusion, while the stereotype of women as the primary gossipers persists, it is crucial to recognize the complexity surrounding this topic. Gossip is a multifaceted behavior influenced by cultural, historical, and psychological factors. Rather than viewing it as a negative trait, we can appreciate it as a part of human interaction that fosters connection and community. We encourage you to reflect on your own experiences with gossip. Have you witnessed these dynamics in your relationships? How do you perceive the role of gossip in your life? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and insights are valuable to the ongoing conversation about gender, communication, and relationships. Thank you for joining us today in this exploration of gossip. If you enjoyed this discussion, consider subscribing to our channel, Silk Masks, for more thought-provoking content.